Hello and good evening. We are here with Glitch on the master controls, Kiss Pig in the pig pen, and our very own Bonx Bonx a muffin. Tonight, we want you to register for the fish fry tournament starting in 25 minutes or so. Of course, there are bounties on any of the Clubhouse staff playing tonight. I also noticed that King of Hearts put a 5-chip bounty on his head. Bonxes, are you putting a bounty on your head tonight?
Sure.
Okay.
15 chips. 15 chips.
15 chips on Bonx. As usual, all bounties will be paid out after the tournament is done. We want to let you know that we're working on some new rewards for bounty winners next week. So look for that. And we're also working on some leaderboard prizes in the coming weeks. So that's pretty cool. It is February now, the month that is famous for lovers. I heard a really interesting statistic the other day that February, right before Valentine's Day, is where there's a whole lot of people that get engaged, but there's also like a huge surge in people that break up. Which I think is sort of hilarious. It's like, oh my God, I can't imagine spending another holiday with this person that I hate. And so they break up before they have to do like Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, like dinner plans, you know. But I don't know. I mean, February is either a time that people get really like super happy or super depressed, or they go, oh, I wish I had a person in my life, whatever. But it's like, I saw this guy quoting the other day. He was saying that his fiance was breaking up with him because of his dependence on antidepressants. And I thought this was the best comeback ever. He's like, oh, well, I guess I won't need those anymore. So I guess I would say whether you are attached or detached from another person in your life, February is just a very interesting month. I know, Bonx, you've had some experience with online dating.
Well, Valentine's Day, I always get depressed, but I don't plan on it. It just happens. But then like halfway through the day, I'm like, fuck this, I'm going to go to the bars. And I know there's going to be a bunch of single chicks there, but it ends up being like a bunch of dudes. That's even more depressing. But then we all just drink.
The camaraderie of all the men that are like single,
not
that aren't on a dinner date
stuff. Camaraderie, but yeah, totally platonic camaraderie, I guess.
Guy stuff.
Well, guy stuff. But have you had any good success with online dating?
No. If you count success as
solid endorsement,
having sex, which I would, there's a no. Starting relationship, no. Meeting new people, yeah, I get to do that, but there also comes with that there's an extra person out there that doesn't like me after a few days, so there's that. But they don't like find me and do anything, more to me, like make my life more miserable. It just, no success whatsoever. I'm very Aspergery person, so it never works out.
It could be the site that you're on, though. I mean, you are kind of on a just hookup site, like not.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but this is what I do wrong. Every girl that I perceive as just being on there for sex ends up not being on there just for sex. They want a relationship, and vice versa. I always fuck that up. I don't know how. It's usually like whatever is in their profile, it's the opposite. And
Interesting. Well,
yeah,
that might be a site thing too. Okay. So I did an
I only
experiment.
tried Tinder. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You've only tried
Okay.
Tinder, which is basically a hookup
I
site.
have never tried OkCupid. I've never tried any of the other ones. I've had very, very weird friends that had success with those. But
I've actually had several friends that have had great success with OkCupid because their algorithms are really are actually quite good at matching people with what they say and what they mean, and really putting people together. Of course, my cousin has she had a terrible experience where she dated a guy on Craigslist, which is kind of the stupidest thing you could ever do in the world, but basically she was the victim of a Craigslist scam, a dating scam, where the guy was really into her and they were falling in love and everything was great and they were engaged to be married, and he had a job where he did offshore drilling or something, and he'd have to be gone for 3 weeks at a time, but they were getting a place to live together and they were going to be married in the spring. And so they had this whole interaction that's really authentic and amazing. And he basically says, oh, I'm going to be out of town, but go ahead and get this house that we looked at together, and I'll send in the check. He basically scammed her and drained the bank account for thousands of dollars and then just fucking disappeared. So no, I'm serious. Isn't that crazy?
I want to find a girl like this. Not that, because I want to scam her, but how? I don't get that.
Well, I mean, the fact that someone would spend that much time dedicating their life to scamming someone for a few $1,000, but it's kind of it's like any scam. You're always surprised that someone, I remember the old days of Joey or whatever scamming for a chip. And it's and it wasn't even worth that much then. It was worth I don't know, 3 cents or some shit. So it's amazing to me what people will scam for. But it's been years now since that happened to her. And I've been trying to convince her that the thing about OkCupid that's cool is that as long as you're honest and you're really serious about what you want, you'll get what you want. Be really clear about what you want, and then you'll find other people who are like that. But I did an experiment with OkCupid where this was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago or something, where I basically said, okay, I'm going to get on OkCupid. I'm going to fill out a profile. I'm going to be incredibly honest. I'm going to say exactly everything. And anyone who contacts me who seems reasonable and not a serial killer, I'll go out for a drink with them. And I'll do that for a month. And so I called it my month of dates. And anyone who contacted me, I'd be like, sure, let's just meet for a drink. And if it works, it's great. And if it's not, whatever. But mostly I just thought it was cool because no matter what happens, people are so afraid of taking a chance, whatever. But mostly I just thought, well, what's the worst thing that can happen? I go out, someone buys me a drink, or I buy them a drink, and then whatever. So anyway, I guess all I'm saying is, people, if you want to get out there and you want to find someone, be honest on your profile. Just go out and meet people. Even if it doesn't work out, it's no big deal. Go fucking meet a bunch of people. Have some fun. Have some good conversation. What's the worst thing that can happen? There's no reason to be alone on Valentine's Day if you don't want to be.
What's the worst thing that could happen? You could get scammed for thousands of dollars over the course of months.
Hey, that was Craigslist.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But I'm not saying open a joint bank account with someone. I mean, it was one of those long cons, man. It was months and months. So I don't know. Anyway, so today,
all right. So I'm
yes.
I am. So I saw Mama talking the other day, about being on a downswing on his spin and goes or whatever he's playing.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think that's where I'm at. I'm on a downswing. I'm just over my first 25 or 30 or so. So
So you're
there's got to
dicing
be an
basically.
upswing coming soon.
So
I have to
not out of the
imagine.
game.
So you're dicing with dates?
Yeah, more. Well, that's how I'm looking at it. Tinder game theory, I guess.
But okay, don't you think though, if SWC ran a dating service for its members, don't you see people all the time in chat where you're like, oh my god, they seem like they'd be perfect for each other?
Yeah.
Give me an example.
Probably not Finch and Betty. I don't know.
No.
Like I see a lot of drama too. There's always a lot of drama. No, but I see people all the time. I'm like, wow, they seem sort of well suited to each other. Like, and you could totally scope out how much porn the other person watches, or how much of a troll they are, or whether their level of swearing makes you uncomfortable, or whether they go to church. I was watching Shark Week today, and she was being a little flirty, and I was like, oh, she's kind of well, I could see a little match there,
Are you being serious? You saw Shark Week being a little flirty? I saw Shark Week. I saw Shark Week complaining that someone was stalking her. If you don't want people stalking you, don't be a little flirty in our fucking chat. Oh my god.
Shark Week's got
there you go.
Any other chat room.
Shark Week's got to be.
She was asking. She was
surrounded
asking
by a
for
horny,
it. If
gambling,
she's being
drunk
flirty,
man.
I know. If you're being flirty, you're totally asking for it. And I will say that as a woman, don't fucking do that shit. Or at least don't be surprised if a bunch of drunk fucking gambling asshats are being obnoxious towards you.
They can't help it. They're drunk and they're men on the internet.
There you
It's like
go.
waving a red flag in front of a bull. You don't do it.
Oh shit.
She's got to be under
So-
21 though. That's the way that she's acting. She's got to be under 21. Either that.
I thought it was Betty, to be honest with you.
No.
That could be a really good catfish too. I mean,
That's what I think.
I smell a
I
prop
could
bet
be wrong.
in the making. You could be a really good catfish.
Someday.
Yep.
Someday we'll have him on, and I'll get the inside skinny on the true Shark Week. So the EU is apparently trying to make anonymous transactions like BTC and prepaid credit cards illegal by the year 2017. The
Who's
EU,
doing this? The
European
EU?
Union.
Oh,
They want it to be done by 2017, and they say because terrorists use Bitcoin. But we all know why they're really doing it, because they want to be able to keep track of everyone. It's like how Germany is basically proposing a 5,000 euro cap on any cash transactions. Like if you want to pay cash for a car, you're not allowed to. But what do you think the implications of stuff like that is? I mean, basically you have governments that are really nervous about situations where they can't see and control and track everything that's going on all the time. And, of course, terrorism is always a great excuse for that. But do you think Bitcoin is threatened, or do you think people will just, do their thing and be like, fuck you?
I read somewhere today that Edward Snowden had been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
just from
Trump,
theoretically, just from bringing things to light that people in the general populace weren't aware of ahead of time.
Right. Yeah. The whole whistleblower thing. Yeah. But Donald Trump got nominated too, so take it with a grain of salt.
What?
For a Nobel Peace Prize?
Yeah. Two people, I don't know who they were. You can nominate, anybody can nominate. You know what I mean?
Well, Yeah. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that.
But as far as Bitcoin being monitored by the Economic Union, they have no control over their own finances. Why would anyone think that they would be in a position to be able to monitor Bitcoin transactions?
I know, and certainly because so many of the exchanges are not even under their control. They're in other countries,
and people can trade. I mean, I can donate Bitcoin anywhere I want to and do it wallet to wallet, and it's never going to show up anywhere but on the blockchain. So if somebody thinks that they're going to control the entire blockchain, good luck.
Yeah, right. Kiss a pig. You're donating to terrorists. I know it.
I'm donating to taxidermists. That's what I'm doing.
Andreas Antonopoulos said, he said, I'd argue that if you can't buy drugs with your money, then it's not actually money. And so, of course, talking about Bitcoin, it's like you get to do whatever you want with the money that you make. And
spend it any way you want. That's what I think. But I'm in the minority. I think anonymous Bitcoin is going to stay anonymous. I don't think there's any way around that, and especially with the level of encryption that we have today. I don't see any other way around it.
I don't have
but what about
Sorry. I was just smart enough to find Bitcoin and buy some. That's it.
Yeah, because you wanted to buy some acid.
Yep.
You were researching how to purchase acid.
Yep.
And accidentally found online poker, which is so rad. So, Bonx, I see you were sporting a brand new haircut this evening.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I get haircuts at you walk in there and they're definitely stoners. They have it's two guys younger than me, and they give great fucking haircuts. It's crazy. But they're stoners, and every time you go in there, it's a fucking riot. And they hand you beers. They don't have a liquor license, so they hand you beers, and there's a tip jar for the beers, and so they take a long time too. They take it's 40 minutes per cut. So sometimes there's 15 people waiting in there, and they're hammered because everybody's drinking. So, all right. So tonight there was nobody in there. There are 6 people in there, but nobody was getting a haircut. So I walked in.
So they're just hanging out, drinking beer and getting stoned.
Yeah, pretty much. And
that's like tattoo shops. Have you ever noticed that when you walk into a tattoo shop, it's like there's always people doing tattoos and getting tattoos, but then there's always twice as many people standing around just bullshitting with the tattoo artist. There's always a bunch of dudes around going, hey, telling stories, whatever.
Right. Does that hurt?
I think barbershops are I think barbershops are very similar. They're social places.
Yeah, there were I used to go to barbershops, and there were always old dudes, and they'd have an old dude good time, which is just weird jokes and whatever.
Oh man.
It's it's just the gossip. It's a gossip fun time, But these dudes are just fucking really funny. I wish I remembered their jokes, but fuck, what was I gonna say?
So you're talking about the guys in the barbershop?
Yeah, the last two, the one in Albany I went to, and the one down here. It's just ridiculous.
Same owner?
They're open weird hours too. They're open till midnight. They don't wander in till 2 p.m. They're not even open in the morning.
You go to Patsy's in Albany?
No, I went to Duke's.
Oh, Patsy's is another good hangout for a haircut in Albany.
Yeah, there's a bunch of there are a bunch of good barbers there.
Yeah, they got 6 chairs in Patsy's, but you can hang out there all day long.
Yeah. But did they have beer?
No.
Beer is such a nice touch, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So one kid was on some unnamed drug, and he kept walking up to the chair and asking us questions. Like, where did you get your shoes, man? And I think I dropped my phone. And he kept bumping into the barber, and that was fucking weird. And somebody mentioned Alice in Chains, and the barber stopped paying attention to my haircut and started combing my face. And I don't have a clue. He's like, I fucking love Alice in Chains, and he was just like rubbing my the side of my cheek. So it was just fucking funny.
Did he ask you if you were on Tinder?
Are you going to be giving this place repeat business?
Yeah.
I swear to God.
It's a nice haircut, Bonx.
Despite, the combing of the face, the haircuts come out very good, and I get compliments and stuff.
I think your hair looks excellent.
Yeah,
thanks.
So, Glitch, there's a lot of people in chat noticing that there's some new tourneys up. I was wondering if you might give us kind of a rundown of some of the new stuff that is playing. I noticed there's a earlier 12th game, et cetera, et cetera.
It was pretty much all user suggestions. I've been hearing a lot of complaints recently about how some tournaments go directly from 2550 to 5100. So I got rid of that. There's an extra blind level now and everything. I increased the stack sizes on normal tournaments. I moved the horse in 12 game a little bit more than an hour earlier since they were kind of late in the day. And there's a couple new tournaments with 10k starting stacks because people ask for them and they seemed like good ideas. So we're going to try them out.
Sweet.
All right. I'm starting to get drunk now. What With the fish fry in 4 minutes.
Yeah, get on in.
Get on it, because she's on it. Donors this week. We had Goodfella and Swivel Six gave us donations this week. Thank you very much. Like I said, we're also going to be adding we're working on membership right now, and we're going to be adding some leaderboard prizes. We've got several leaderboards in mind that we're working on. So in the coming weeks, we should be able to have those implemented. And if you're not already signed up, sign up at sealsclubhouse.com, and you can be part of that action. And yeah.
Come at me.
Good luck busting Spite. She's so damn tight.
Right.
Whatever. I'll tell you what. Usually, if I'm going out, I often have the better hand. At least I can say that. But the fact that I'm going out just means I'm not doing it right. So I have no illusions that I'm an excellent poker player. But I am certainly convinced that I always have a good time. So I hope you will join us for the fish fry.
And guess what? I'm paying attention to the Twitch chat. So hit me up with some questions if you want. I'll fucking give you some drunk answers. Or 2 bottles of wine.
Come on. Come on, ladies. You know you want to have some questions about Bonx.
All you single women's out there, all you lovely grills. Give the Bonx man a play.
Girls or priests, either one.
I do have a question, though. Apparently, Catmaster says in chat that I'm plagiarizing his life. So I want to know I don't know. First of all, I don't know how I can plagiarize someone's life. I'm pretty stoked with my own life, but what is it, Catmaster? He just says yes, I'm plagiarizing. Whatever that means.
What is it? That doesn't even make sense. There are stories about people that buy cases of alcohol, put them on the ground, pick them up, drink, and go to the shooting range. I don't get it. Plagiarizing. What?
I have been known to go to a shooting
breaking up
range.
before Valentine's.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
Catmaster must have told a story.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's saying something about breaking up before Valentine's Day just so he'd get out of giving a gift.
Apparently, Catmaster, you don't have the fucking trademark on breaking up with people before Valentine's Day, because I think as I recall, what I said was it's one of the most common times to break up with people is right before Valentine's Day. So you can suck a bag of dicks.
You end the show by thanking your donors and telling everyone else to fuck off. That's awesome.
It's just me and Cat. I adore Catmaster. He was a delightful guest. He always has funny things to say. I got no problem with Catmaster. But seriously, bro, you don't have the trademark on breakups.
You didn't invent it. No, it didn't.
Okay, so Fish Fry Tournament has started, and I need to register because there's a bounty on my head, and people are looking for me.
Yeah.
Was there anything else? Was there anything else that you wanted? Was there anything else that you wanted to add before I sign off here?
No, because we can talk about it later.
Okay, cool. Well, with that, we bring to a close another Fish Fry radio show. We turn the sizzle down to a slow simmer, play our pokers, and plan for next week when we again turn up the heat on our fellow SEALs. Join us again next week, SEAL Pups, same time and place. See you in the tourney. I'm going to register right now.